Hello everyone, nubkeks here. Welcome back to Nub Raids, and in today's video, the free gear removal is here. The second time doing my intro, the dog keeps interrupting. But yeah, free gear removal is on. I think this is the perfect time as well. CVC is coming to an end. I've built up my Eostrid Dreamsong. She is good to go. I've already, been running her in a key and pushed it further than I had on the test server. I'm excited to show you what I've done with this particular champion. Before we dive into that, though, we do have a small bit of news of like head scratching news. Is it in the event? It's not in the events tab. It's over here, guys. Fire Night tournament for a rare champion. A tournament for a rare champion. You can't make this shit up. Like, you cannot make it up. For placing first in your group leaderboard. They're gonna do this for 4 different champions. So these are rares. They're part of Lady Makaga. I think I've already fused that part of it, so I can't show. They're the rare voids for Weregren. An epic champion for winning a tournament was bad. Having to come first place in a tournament to win a rare is just a farce. What's even more fun about this is that they are coming first place in a turn attack tournament. Who are the sorts of players that are really going to be stuck for a rare champion? It's going to be an early game player, obviously. Like, this is just a rare void champion. By the time you're late game, this is no problem. What's the sort of player, though, that is going to struggle to do and to compete? That's what you have to do to compete in a turn attack tournament. In a turn attack tournament, you get points for clearing the highest stage possible in the fewest turns possible. Well, that quite caters towards endgame accounts, doesn't it? It's just multiple levels of bad. I feel so bad for any poor old like early mid game player that comes in. It's like, oh cool, like maybe I could get my Fire Knight. That's cool. And then like end game player comes in. It's like, hey, what? I don't even know what's going on, bro. Look, there's some like drop frenzy and Fire Knight. Like throwing my multi battles, bro. Who cares, man? Boom, psh, knockout stage 10. Boom. And it's just like eclipses the early game player's points by like 1,000, and the early game player's like, no, why? I thought I had a chance. What's going on? The other guy's like, whoa, what a rare. I don't even know what to do with that, bro. What's that doing there? It's what? And they're doing 4 of these. Like, I don't even know what to say. Clarium, this is the dumbest shit ever. Like, this is so freaking dumb. Again, to reiterate, well, I said for the epic, an epic being the first place tournament reward is a farce. But like whatever, put it at, that was for champ training. Put it at like 12k. If you want to be a jerk, put it at 15k champ training points. It's still a ridiculous amount of champ training, but it removes the whole you end up fighting a Kraken, last minute sniping, just frustration that I really don't think is good for anyone. It just drives players away. Same thing with this. I don't mind putting a rare in as just a reward for a turn attack tournament, but not first. Have it be on the right-hand side, the rewards that everyone can get. It's a rare. I wouldn't even put it up that high. Like, who cares? It's part of the lane. It's not even that hard to get. So that is... sorry, I had to have a rant about this because I saw this today, and I didn't want to do a full rant video. I'm kind of lazy today, honestly. But, like, it's just... Like, it's almost so dumb that you can't be angry about it because it's almost incomprehensible. It's almost like I must have imagined this because it's that bad. It's that bad. Like, please, guys, please. My community weeks have been pretty bad so far. Please. Oh my god. Please. They could even change it. There's still time to be like, you know what? We're dumb. We'll put this, like, there's still 19 hours. It could still be changed. It's not going to happen, but we can dream, hey? Right, let's go back to the topic for today's video. Sorry, rant over. I couldn't help it. Astra Dream Song. She has turned out to be absolutely amazing. And I think there's, like, two big ways I would recommend building her, if you can. So I definitely think the blessing for her is going to be cruelty, right? That is the blessing. Certainly at 5-star, if you got her 5-star soul, this starts stacking up the decreased defense faster. It goes to a higher cap. This is great. It's going to give you a huge amount of damage for your Hydra teams, which is really where she Sorry, we're talking about Hydra today, obviously enough. That's really where she specializes. This build will work fine in Arena, but an Arena-focused build would be more like just all speed. And you'll be good, right? Pretty much. Maybe supersonic. You know, speed sets are supersonic. It's pretty much where you're at. But I think you're more so builder for Hydra, and she's more of a backup champ for Arena, truth be told. But with increased attack and increased speed, turn meter boost, amazing. AoE decreased speed weaken, that is so strong, the weaken. And then her A1 doesn't really do anything, but it's just there. Funny enough, if we actually, I don't have this open. You know, I have to give a huge shout out to, wait, he's not on screen. Where is he? There he is. Final Compachi, one of the most, in fact, let me like this video. I hadn't done that. One of the most underrated content creators for Raid Shadow Legends. He built his Eostrid in like crazy damage gear. So he put her, this is build option number 1 that he came up with, and that has actually somewhat inspired my build. So he put her in crazy damage gear, so lethal, right? He put her in lethal, and bearing in mind, she has 1,000 base attack. He got her to 5.5k. It's huge. 248 speed. He has the 336% crit damage. That's actually including sort of maxed area bonuses, so it's not quite a high, but insane stats, and he still has decent-ish accuracy right there. So that's build option number 1, which I think is great. Full damage, and like, boy, oh boy, she absolutely claps. Sorry, let me see if I can crank this up here. There we go. Like, she absolutely claps, guys. Like, her raw damage. Like, if I bring this up over here, if we go to Eostrid on hellhades.com, we bring it up over here, like, what you can see, if we look at her multipliers, and this shocked me, it usually supports, like, you wouldn't think it, because she doesn't have any. She's got 50% crit damage, she's got low attack at 1,000, but her multipliers are actually really high. And yeah, because she's attacking every turn, it actually adds up to quite a decent chunk of damage, like a 5.4 on her single target. Like, she's not going to be the craziest damage dealer in the game, but she's actually really good, whilst also bringing you great utility. Like, yeah, that is what Final Compachi showed. You know, she's doing like slightly under half of the damage, well, more like a third of the damage of Harima, but Harima is really top tier. That's pretty massive. Now, what I've done with her build is I think a more general build. We're going to go with a cursed set, right, to try bring Hex into our team. Now, if you've already got someone in your team with Hex, for instance, for Final Compachi, he had a Mithrala, then that's, you can put her in the damage set as well. Of course, the biggest thing with the damage set is, of course, the opportunity cost. If you're putting insane damage gear on her, you know, you only have so much insane damage gear. You might be losing out for other people. So what I've tried to do is find, I think, a pretty happy medium. We get the benefit of the curse set, and we're going to try put her in curse gear with decent damage. So, see, I'm looking for stuff with lots of speed. This has some accuracy, some attack percent, crit damage, and speed right there. We've got speed with some crit rate, crit damage when cursed. We've got speed boots and curse. These are actually really good boots. Speed with speed and crit damage, crit rate. They're really good. Sadly, it's a resist chest. I'd love for this to be an attack percent chest to get more damage out, but hey, it's got attack percent on it with Ascension. It's got 2 speed and some accuracy, and then crit rate gloves. These could actually go higher in the crit rate. Then I've given her attack ring with attack percent, attack banner. Again, her attack percent scaling is not going to be crazy because of the low base stats, but the flat attack's pretty darn nice with double speed right there and a crit damage necklace. So there's definitely room for this gear to grow even further. We have come out of this with 4.3k attack. She's really fast, well, quite fast at 298 speed, 107% crit rate. We could ascend those gloves to have even more unnecessary crit rate over 100%, 193 crit damage, and 363 accuracy. For my Hydra bonuses, I apparently have 2% ignore defense for potion keeps. I must have done that for a mission. We've got the 12% ignore defense, which is holding us back a bit, 18% crit dam, and all this. So this is what our stats for the Hydra are actually going to be. So we do have the 400 accuracy, which would be plenty even for Nightmare Hydra. So I'm actually overkill on that, and you can definitely go for lower amounts. For her masteries, I've put her in with War Master, which is going to be just more general damage. Again, I think Kenpachi put her in with the Helm Smasher, going, stacking that with lethal and with the ignore defense bonus from your area bonuses. That becomes quite strong. But I think this is the more accessible option for more people. And I tell you, this works really, really well. So, to put this in perspective, when I ran this team, I've actually changed this up a bit. When I ran this team on the test server a couple of weeks ago from the test server, EOESTRID, we came in with 451 million damage. Now, I think this was a different rotation because, and honestly, when I went to run this team, this rotation, and the good news is that this rotation of Hydra right now that we're going into, rotation 2 has just started. So we have 4 weeks of this basically of rotation 2, so you'll get lots and lots of use out of this team. I went with almost the exact same team, honestly, but we switched up. You can see there she is. The team I went with this time, we actually switched out Inquisitor Shamael for a Rector Drath. I'm going to do a full breakdown on this team in another video, but it's really, really solid. I'll explain everything about it. But what is EOESTRID doing in this team? Like, you'll see it in the video. It's coming up soon. I won't go into it too much in depth. But she is bringing us increased speed, decreased speed. Weaken is upping everybody's damage, and the damage potential is crazy. If I skip to the end, we easily go to the turn limit with this team, and there you go, 517 million. It's not as much as Kenpachi, but we don't have the Podrick or Harima, which are higher tier champions. But we can see Rathalos Blademaster. He's busting out the 270. He's doing about half of it. EOESTRID. Now, a lot of that, a good chunk of that is the Hex, of course. But yeah, you can see by building her with a bit of damage compared to over here, actually Rathalos has pumped out way more from me re-gearing him. We've lost the damage from dropping a Shamael, but it's become much more consistent. I found running this team, we'll break it down tomorrow. Rector Drath made, instead of Shamael, it gives you a revive, which is crucial in case, like this rotation, you see Head of Suffering is Force Affinity. So Ugo can miss block buffs, reflect damage can go up, and if Rathalos Blademaster dies, if Skrank dies, if you got no reviver, you're just done, or Shamael dies. And I found that you would die quite a bit. By putting in Rector Drath, yeah, we give up like 90 million damage or something from not having Shamael. That sucks, and the turn meter boosting from Shamael. But it gives us the consistency to make the run just keep going and to last longer. We can see for her in particular, she went from 68 million, which was just with Cursed Set alone. I clicked on the wrong thing. She has actually gone from 68 up to 107. So she's gained a big chunk, multi-millions worth of damage. I guess the overall team damage is pretty much the same. So yeah, like Rathalos is hitting more, but we lost the Shamael. So the Hex, I don't think has really changed. I think the real difference is building her with some damage. She actually does scale really, really well. And obviously the 5-star cruelty it's nice too, right? That attack and crit damage you get from the blessing actually works super well on her. Surprisingly well, much better than we really expected. So yeah, EOESTRID, she's looking like an absolute champ. She's looking extremely strong. Yeah, she has great potential for that in the future if you've got other Hex champions. Yeah, I do think that the crazy final Kenpachi build full damage, like you can see his full damage one has done more, which is pretty big. Now, obviously, you've got ally attacks and stuff helping with that as well, and like Ruel passive and stuff, but still, nonetheless, it's a big deal. She just can perform super duper well. So that's Astra Dream Song. My thoughts on her. She's really blowing me away, honestly, in Hydra. Kind of turning out better than I expected. Now, I do have 6-star on Necmo, but like, I mean, she probably is better than Necmo. Like, probably. Yeah, I think she probably is. So, look, there you go, guys. That's my take on EOESTRID. Let me know what you think. But she's fantastic. Let me know if you're using her this week in any teams. I haven't locked in my key just because we might actually switch up the teams and move around. I don't know. But there you go. Full breakdown of the team will come probably tomorrow, the next day. So I'll see you all for that. Thanks for watching. Bye.